Hey guys, it's been quite a long time since this last video that I made. Probably a few years, just after, or rather, just before I went to law school and everything in the UK, and I wasn't sure whether or not I could get my equipment, and then there's all kinds of things with COVID, and my old room back at my mom's house not being the right suitable location to record videos. But, well, here we are again. So today we're going to talk about why it seems so hard for us to set goals, stick with them, and reasons why that is. And I think that it has to do with the overstimulation of our dopamine, especially in today's society where everything is trying to give us dopamine hit, just trying to grab our attention and get an idea for the algorithms and idea of what to sell us and things like that. But when we see those kind of things, they literally just make us want to consume more and more and more. And then the way that dopamine works is it encourages us to go for more, which I'm going to talk about during this video. So it's not hard to see that these things are actually really not good for us. But we have normalized these things in such a way that we have research and studies that are kind of telling us that these things are good for us when they really aren't. And all they do is they're just hitting our dopamine and making us feel good for the moment. These self-indulgent pleasures and things like that. Because of these scientific backing that these kind of things we get, we mindlessly consume these things. Especially more often than not, when you honestly consume those things, we even see things such as when we doom scroll on social media. Because social media is literally meant for us to spend all of our time and effort there, free time, doom scrolling as it's known as. How many times have you doom scrolled? Just swiping through your social media feed and then you just notice, you're just wasting time. You don't even know what you're looking at, what you looked at. You don't even know. It's like not even triggering. You've become numb to the things. A lot of people say that, and social media proponents are going to say, oh yeah, you can use it as a photo album or something like that, so you'll remember the experiences and things. But there's also another app in your phone that usually comes with your phone, known as like the gallery or the photos app, and they do the same thing. But it's really just a matter of you want the gratification of somebody liking, somebody seeing the videos or seeing the pictures and being like, oh, that's so great of that person. I wish I could have a life like that. That's really all it is. But you see, like, that kind of thing is healthy, and it just highlights other underlying issues that you're not happy with your life. Now, there's some research that's been done in neuroplasticity. That was highlighted in Dr. Greg Wells' podcast with a neuroscientist, in which they were talking about how your mind is so powerful that even if you're not paying attention to something consciously, as long as it's in the background, your mind is subconsciously listening to it, then your brain will rewire itself in accordance to what you're hearing, which is incredible. And it just shows that we just really don't give enough thought to how great our minds are and how powerful they are. This is why in the society that we live in, that is just like overcome with all these indulgences and quick pleasures, why we need to take a step back and analyze these things and try to detox ourselves. You see, these things are like social media and other of these self-indulgent things that we do. Their main purpose, well, not their main purpose. Their main purpose, of course, is to make money. But their main purpose of why they're so addictive is because they literally have researchers doing research to see how to maximize your attention so that you can sell more things to you rather, and then they make more money and profit from it. They profit from your data, and that's why their algorithms are things that you like, because they are learning from you. So of course, it's not hard to see that they're basically doing the research and then they're getting an idea of, oh, dopamine, that's a good thing. That's something that we can use to our advantage, because that's the reward center, the reward hormone that helps us to consume, that makes us want to do things or want to be better. Through dopamine, we're biologically wired to try to progress and get better and better and better. And that's one of the things that they exploit. The reason why I say this is because with releasing of dopamine in your mind, basically what happens is it diminishes over time if you do the same act. The reason why is because you're biologically wired to progress. So that's why your brain releases dopamine as like a reward to kind of tell you like, oh yeah, that good, really good feeling, but it doesn't continue. If you do the same thing over and over and over, it diminishes over time, because the idea is that you'll get a bigger dopamine hit next time if you go a little bit further and go a little bit further. They did a study with this. I cannot remember the exact researcher, but it was with pigeons, and they're trying to train them to press a button. So then each time they made a step towards the button, they'd get a treat. But then then they would try to redo it. But then they realized each time they went a step further, they would only get a treat when they went a step further. And then that's how they conditioned the pigeon to press the button. And that's essentially how it is. That's how you're supposed to train things and how you're supposed to train yourself. And that's literally the secret. And today, we're overstimulated by all of these instant gratification and pleasures, to the point where we live lives that are not fulfilling. People will live in a way that it seems like they're enjoying life, for example, when they post their social media or all the things that they're doing in their life, but if you ask them, they're not really feeling fulfilled in life. And the reason why is because it's all superficial. And as such rational being, capable of such high intelligence, and I even gave the example of how powerful our brains are, that's why a lot of people are not happy, because they don't feel fulfilled, because by chasing these really low bars, we're not really achieving anything. And it's so easy because, like I said, we're just bombarded with all these things. Like if you want to see this or you want to see that, you just one Google search away. That's all it is. But as opposed to like in the past, when you actually had to seek out these things, they weren't readily available, competitive in a good way, than we were before, because it's like, what's the need? You can still get the same effect with doing little to no effort. And then as a result, you realize that those things are actually not the real thing. It's not the real thing, and as a result, you're not fulfilled in the end. But I think that it's very important in highlighting like the importance of dopamine in helping you to build habits, because due to us being overstimulated, we don't know how to use dopamine, because doing little things like reading a book, reading a few pages in a book, are no longer rewarding because of how grossly overstimulated we are by these instant gratification type things. And as a result, we're not patient anymore, because we want things and we want them now. And then we see that with how society goes as well, because we have Amazon like next day shipping, one day shipping. Like you'll literally order something early in the morning and you'll get it at your doorstep later on. But the thing is that to live a fulfilling life, you need to actually do things and actually achieve things. And to actually do things and achieve things, it takes time. Nothing happens overnight. You always hear the saying that Rome wasn't built in a day, and it's true. It's the same thing with if you want to get healthier, if you want to get smarter, like if you want to read more and know more, you have to take the time. There's 24 hours in a day. And I know that a lot of people say they don't have time, they have a lot of work to do and things like that. But look at it like this. How much time, use your phone screen time calculator and then get an idea of how long you actually spend doom scrolling. And then you'll get an idea of that's time that you could be spending, even doing like a few push-ups, or going for a run. You can use it to read a couple of pages of a book, because it might not seem that much, but in the end, you'll see a few pages a day after a few weeks, months, will be one book done, which is one more book finished than you would have had you continued to just be doom scrolling. And this is something that I'll be talking about like in terms of like the formation of habits and how to properly build them. And that's a topic for another video, maybe the next video. And it's just important. And it's important to know because it will help us to be able to form these habits. And I just have a question for you. Can you say that social media makes you better, or rather consuming social media, whether mindless or conscious, is making you better? I mean, it could. If you're on YouTube watching this video and any of my other videos. But not most often than not, we're just following celebrities and trying to find out what they ate for breakfast, or the people who you follow, like your friends or family or haters, if that's what you want to say. So it's not anything that's really helping you move forward in life. And so that's why I say cut down your usage. In fact, I would honestly just say do a full detox. Do a full social media detox, and do a dopamine detox if you can. Well, not if you can, because you will. But do a dopamine detox and kind of take away all of these super hyper stimulating activities that you do. Just put your phone down, go for a walk, do these little things. Take in the surroundings, take in the now, take in everything like that, and then you'll see, after you do that for a while, you'll notice that little things will start to trigger your dopamine. Things that that wouldn't before because of overstimulating. It's the same thing as having having a high caffeine tolerance. We essentially have a really high dopamine tolerance, and that's why we can't use it. However, once you do a dopamine detox, you'll start to notice that you're better able to work with it. Then after that, you will basically improve, and you'll be able to use it to the best of your abilities, which is always a good thing. Well guys, thanks for watching. Please comment, like, subscribe, share this, and regarding the comment, please, if you have any other ideas, any additions, please add it to the comments down below. I want to hear your opinions, and I want to make this a discussion so that we can continue to work off of one another and then build off of each other. Because we're in this together, we're in this to get better, to get stronger, to get better, and yeah, we're just in this together. We're going to make the world a better place together. Stay positive, guys. See you in the next video.